Do you go to heaven with the facial hair you just had? Why Applebee's is so good but so bad. And June and I just got off our first cruise and we have thoughts. All this and more on a brand new episode of How Did This Get Made? Last Looks.
Play the goddamn theme song.
May I have your attention, please?
How Did This Get Made? Last Looks.
The summer of extreme. Hello, all you villains getting your cum-muffins. It's me, your mountain guide, Paul Scheer, here to lead you on a treacherous ascent up. How did this get made? Last Looks Mountain. Today, you, the listener, get to voice your issues on Vertical Limit, a movie that Discord user FunFacts47, I like FunFacts47, thinks should have been called Funky Cold Edema. I couldn't even get through it. Thank you, FunFacts47, for that alt title. It made me laugh. And a big shout out to the Action Jackson 5 for that awesome extreme summer theme song. That's right. We are in the middle of extreme summer all summer long. That's why we call it Extreme Summer. Anyway, remember, if you have an alt movie tagline or title, submit it to us on our Discord at discord.gg/hdtgm. And if you have a theme song, I know on the previous Last Looks, Jason told you to send your songs to the Doughboys podcast at birdfuck.com. But to make sure we actually get the song, I suggest clicking on the Submit a Song button on our own website at hdtgm.com. Now, coming up on today's show, you'll be hearing all of our corrections and omissions on Vertical Limit. I'll even share a deleted scene from that episode with Lacey Mosley, and then the one and only Miss June Diane Raphael will be filling in for Jason today on Just Chat as we talk about a cruise. Yeah, we went on a cruise. We just got back. We are recording this fresh off the boat, which is a plug also for a show that I was on ABC, No Big Deal. Remember, as always, at the end of the show, I will reveal the movie that we will be covering on next week's episode. People, if you haven't watched it yet, check out Elle. It's the Legally Blonde prequel series airing right now on Amazon Prime. June is hilarious as Elle Woods' mom, Eva Woods. The cast is great. The show is so good. James Vanderbeek is awesome in it. I love the show. It's really, really fun. And if you didn't get a chance, check out June in the New York Times. She had a full 2-page article in the New York Times. It was awesome. Los Angeles, we are going to be back at Largo on July 31st and August 1st. Go to hdtgm.com for tickets to see what movies we'll be covering. We are also selling a t-shirt in honor of our movie-picking producer, Avril Halley. 100% of those proceeds will be donated to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation in Avril's memory. Just click on the merch link on hdtgm.com to find out more. That's all for the plugs that we got today. So let's get into it. Last week, we talked at length about Vertical Limit. Well, we had questions and we might have even missed a few things. Here is your chance to set us straight. Fact check us, if you will. It is now time for corrections and omissions.
As I said earlier, an opinion or context. We're asking to be corrected. The assumption should be that we're always right. Instead of correction and omission, it should be opinion and context.
I love it. Context and opinions. And you're right. You know what? I think Jason really came in here and set the record straight. This is context and opinions. You know? No more corrections. We weren't wrong. We're only right. All right. Thank you, John Steele, for that theme song. And Jason really put his thumb down on this. I love it so much. Let's go to the Discord. Android Lauren Hotel writes, with all the talk of climbers in the film having huge barbecues, I thought I'd point out that the amount of litter on K2 is a real problem. A lot of equipment and grossly human waste pollutes the landscape. Other climbers and independent foundations have to clean up the mountainside, but it is difficult in the altitude. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, should we be putting in pay toilets on K2? I mean, I feel like that's what we're saying. Pay toilets and get a garbage truck up there. Not one of the big ones, one of the small ones, like the small buses, but the small garbage trucks. You ever see one of those small garbage trucks? I had a friend who lived on a pretty private block, and he got a small garbage truck. They make them. Go up there. Clean up that shit. By the way, I also heard that most people are never bringing anything up to K2 because it's you're not making food up there. Anyway, Android Lauren Hotel writes, also, it's funny, Paul mentioned Applebee's on Survivor. It reminded me of Survivor player Liz Wilcox having a crash out because she lost the challenge and really wanted a burger. And she felt entitled to the prize as it was a tradition every Wednesday to have a burger with her daughter. Don't blame her. She was really hungry for Applebee's. Oh, believe me, I am very familiar with this clip because it is a classic. And if you don't know what we're talking about, take a listen.
Pissed! Y'all say you ain't gone without eating. I see you eat every day. Ugh. I don't even want to be around y'all. I'm over it now. Thank y'all for letting me have that. I feel better. I just exploded. I'm sorry.
I love Liz. She did deserve it. It was her tradition. People go nuts over Applebee's. They go so nuts that I'm like, am I crazy for not eating more Applebee's? Like, I don't crave it like these people. And then I sometimes have it. I'm like, it's not bad. But I don't know. I guess if I'm starved, Applebee's would be pretty good. But again, like I said, you'd be shitting your brains out. It would be good, but terrible. I got poisoned recently. Yeah. I went to a restaurant. I didn't get, look, I'm lactose intolerant. I know that. And I poisoned myself. Honestly, I poisoned myself. I had too much creamy stuff. And I had what could only be described as a full level of, I mean, I've never felt this way. Chills, headache, muscle aches. I read online that in severe cases of lactose intolerance, I could get this. I lived, I got to talk to Jason about this with the egg allergy. I was in such insane pain, and then all of a sudden, all went away. Just done. Look, sometimes you bring a creamy pasta, a creamy dessert to me, and I shouldn't have done it. I don't even like that stuff, but I was like pushed into ordering the stuff I didn't even want because then I feel bad. I'm like letting down the waiter. I shouldn't feel bad about that. I should have just gotten what I wanted. Anyway, I poisoned myself. Dr. Guts 1003 writes, one scene with clunky exposition that made me laugh was when the helicopter flew over base camp and caused a magazine's pages to blow over and reveal a cover showing that Annie was the fastest woman to scale a mountain. Was there no easier or more natural way to share that info with the audience? Yeah. I mean, truly, that's the easiest thing you could have communicated. You didn't need to be on a magazine. And also, like, it seems like that's actually the hardest way to communicate that information. All right, it is time for a quick break. But when we come back, we'll head to the phone lines for more corrections and omissions, or, as Jason likes to say, more context and opinions. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Before we hear more of your thoughts on Vertical Limit, I must remind you to tune into our classic episodes. Every Tuesday, we release a classic episode. Last week was the rollerblading masterpiece Airborne with all-star guests Scott Aukerman, Kumail Nanjiani, and Danielle Schneider. And next week, we will be revisiting the John Travolta and Jamie Lee Curtis movie Perfect with guest Seth Morris. So keep checking out all of our replays of classic episodes every Tuesday. Now, let's go to the phones. Dakota from Toledo. What do you got?
Hi, Paul. Longtime listener of your podcast. I'm a big fan. I love you guys. And your episodes are always such a blast to listen to, especially this week's with Vertical Limit. It was such a blast, pun intended. But anyway, I noticed that in the podcast, you guys called out a young Ben Mendelsohn, and I was a little surprised you didn't call out the other Star Wars alum who is in this movie, and that is Tamura Morrison, aka Boba and Jango Fett. He played the helicopter pilot, and the guy who throws the shoe bomb. And I thought he did a great job in this film. Also, often on the podcast, you guys talk about your disgust for wet mouth noises. And I was surprised that you guys didn't also talk about just how disgusting all of the coughing and wheezing and deep breathing sounds in this movie were. By the end, I was so happy that the sister got saved, more so because I didn't want to hear her cough anymore. It was making me truly uncomfortable. And so I was a little surprised you guys didn't talk about it. But anyway, love you guys. Bye.
Okay, here's the thing. I got to tell you, Dakota, I knew. And I had it written down, and I'm like, you know what? All this is going to do is just be a mention, and then we're going to get off into Star Wars, and then I'm just going to further align myself as like someone who's going to get off on a tangent on Star Wars. I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that at all. Can I tell you one thing, though? I once was in a hot tub with Tamura Morrison. Boom. Won't talk about the rest of that story now, but he was a lovely man, which makes it sound even more suspect. There was nothing that happened in that hot tub. I just happened to be in a hot tub with him. Anyway, you're right. The breathing sounds were gross, but they didn't bother me. I feel like it was like it was the pulse of the movie. The cough of doom coming in. All right. Thank you, Dakota. You are the best. Who do we got? Oh, we got a guy named Dave. Dave, what do you got?
Hey guys, this is Dave. I am a vertical limit apologist. That movie is super fun, and I was actually really surprised that you guys were down on it so hard. It is unbelievable in the best way. Um, I'm not going to get on you for not understanding why Scott Glenn shaved his beard. I mean, obviously, he was purifying himself and presenting himself, knew he was going to die, and wanted to meet his wife again, looking like his old self. I'll let that one slide. But I don't understand why you guys kept harping on Bill Paxton wanting to make a commercial. It wasn't about the commercial, it was about his ego. I mean, come on, in this day and age, you don't understand a billionaire needing to be right and to control everything around him and to have his way all the time. Yeah, I got to be honest, I was a little bit surprised, but still love you.
Okay. First of all, Dave, you're telling me that Scott Glenn is going to go back in the same body to heaven? Is that the way it works in Scott Glenn's mind? He's not going to go as the perfect version of himself. So if you die with a goatee, you got to forever have a goatee? Come on, man. What kind of religion is that? Show me the religion that says if you die with a mustache, you got to keep that mustache for eternity. I don't think it exists. I think you die and you get into a version of yourself, right? Like that you like. Maybe the best version of you. I don't know. I don't think telling me that like if I have a backache and I die and I go to heaven with that backache. Now, second of all, I like this movie. It's super dumb. It's the dumbest movie of all time. And that's what we're doing. That's what the whole show is. We're ragging on the movie. You're ragging on it too much. Really? That's the show. You think that this movie doesn't deserve ragging on? Because it is dumb as fuck. It's great, but you can't be like, well, you come on, guys. It's dumb. It's dumber than dumb. And that's why it's on the show. And let me tell you something. It wasn't, yes, ego. Yeah, we get it. But it was also that commercial. Like he was racing up the mountain. Not because he never said, I want to be the fastest up the mountain. He was like, I just want to get up there to time it with the commercial. His goal wasn't to beat her record. His goal was to go with her so he could move quick to make the commercial. Like his ego, and that's where the issue is, right? His ego was, I need to climb this mountain. The commercial was a dumb add-on. Like make it like, I want to be the world's fastest climber. Then, yeah, we're agreed. You're giving this movie too much. I love you. You're the best, but too much. Doug from Prince Edward Island.
Hey, Paul, this is Doug. I just wanted to regale you with my memories of seeing Vertical Limit in theaters. It was on a Toonie Tuesday where you could see movies for $2, and this was about the right price. I think the projectionist did something wrong because in about half of the movie, you could see boom mics in almost every scene. You could see the main scene that I think of the most is someone's body was supposed to hit the snow like they had fallen, except you could see the body hovering off screen for a few seconds before it dropped and hit the snow. Anyways, that always stuck with me quite a bit. All these years, I just thought the movie was poorly edited, and I assumed it was a really cheap movie, but I'm looking online, and apparently no one else had this experience except me and my friends, so I think it must have been the projectionist. But when I think of Vertical Limit, I think of boom mics and just bad editing. Thanks for doing what you do. Take care. Bye.
Doug, I love that you brought this up. I didn't know it was possible in film because I know it's possible in like when they did widescreen TVs, like old episodes of Buffy, you can see, extras and camera equipment, a whole bunch of stuff. That is really fascinating. I didn't realize you could do it for movies. I went on this deep dive because Scott told me that there's like really cool pictures online of like filmmaking. And I guess you're right. There's a mat that has to go over the film, and that's also the way that you project it. I think that a lot of movies work outside of that. Like the mat isn't as crucial as maybe a cheaper movie like this. And you're right. You probably got to see just some weird version of that, which is odd because it seems like it's pretty simple to do unless he had a different mat on it. That might have been the case as well. I don't know. But great. I'm sorry that you had that experience, but also great that you had that experience. Look around for a lot of the old school TV shows that suffered from this in widescreen. And finally, Iman, what do you got?
Hi, Paul. Longtime listener, first-time caller on corrections and omissions, but I guess we're calling it opinion or context now. Hate it. Anywho, I don't know if you've listened to the unhinged fever dream that happened while you were away yet, but wow, did Jason have some nonsense opinions and context that you want to review ASAP. He did have one good one, though. SpeakPipe HDTGM is an absolutely ridiculous thing for a grown adult to say, and that instead we should just use fuckingcallpaul.com. So I set that up, and now you can. So hopefully this will let you conserve your energy for other things, like never giving Jason control of the podcast. Love you, love the show. Don't ever go away again.
Finally. Thank you, Iman, for getting my back in so many ways. Fuckingcallpaul.com. Now that is what we need. Producer Scott, take a listen, take note. Fuckingcallpaul.com. That will now forward to our SpeakPipe page. Well, Iman, we have to give you something special. And honestly, I'm not going to even consider anyone else for this week's correction and omission winner. I am going to give it to you because you spent $10 of your own money to give us, the privileges of using fuckingcallpaul.com. And your grand prize is you've won a free subscription to K2 barbecue boxes, the only mail order barbecue meat that comes with poop bags to keep it clean. When the rumblies come out your tumblies, you can kind of just boom. You know what we should do? And this is maybe the idea. We should have poop bags attached to drones. And then when you're climbing K2, you shit in the bag, you hit the drone goes up and it brings it down to like a porta potty location. I would love some more shit level technology, kind of like what they did on Pluribus when the drones were coming by to take out her trash. I think it could be done. We should do it. That's the way we have to clean K2. Get those shit drones running. All right. And for the rest of you who didn't win that amazing prize, you can try your luck next episode by submitting your corrections and omissions on our Discord or by leaving us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/HDTGM. Or if that's too hard to remember, you can now also go to fuckingcallpaul.com. Fuckingcallpaul.com. All right, it is almost time for June to drop in for a Just Chat. We literally just got off a boat from Alaska, and I'm making her sit down with me right now. But before we talk about the boat that we took to Alaska, where we might have passed, as a matter of fact, I believe we did. We probably passed our good friend Doug, Prince Edward Island there. We could have joined him for Looney Tuesdays. Take a listen to this deleted scene from our Vertical Limit episode where we read a bonus second opinion review. And I'll just read you this one because we've never seen this ever before in an Amazon review. It's a 5-star review by Amazon customer, so no name. And it says, yes, Vertical Limit was up to my expectations. Please stop emailing me now. I appreciated you sending it to me, but please stop emailing me. Thank you. 5 stars. Like what? Because I think when you buy stuff on Amazon, it just says, will you rate your transaction? Yeah. And this person is so furious. Like, yes, it's fine. You did it. It's up to my expectations.
Yeah. And Bezos was real thirsty in 2000. So I know they were sending send a review, leave a review, comment, like and subscribe. It's me, Q-Ball Bezos.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Without any further ado, it is now time to chat with my lovely and talented wife, Miss June Diane Rayfield. John Astonish, play us in.
Jason and Paul, just chat. June and Paul, just chat. Tall John Shear, just chat. How did this get made? Last look, just chat.
So excited to have you here, June. Thank you for joining Just Chat.
Happy to be here, Paul.
Now, I would ask you, what you've been into, what you've been watching. We've all been watching Elle, which you are fantastic in, and the show is so good. I love it so much.
Thank you. I love it too.
It's been amazing to see all the attention around it. And if you've not checked it out yet, June plays Eva Woods, the mother of Elle Woods from Legally Blonde. But this is a prequel, takes place before Legally Blonde. And it's been really fun to see like that world, which is like the 90s, which is the first, I guess I feel old now because I feel like, oh, I'm looking back at my high school experience, which is a little odd.
Well, I was the age that Elle is in the TV show.
Oh, man.
In 1995.
See, this is...
So that was very strange.
I remember getting like my permit or something. I remember driving alone and finding out that Kurt Cobain had died. And that's one of the jokes in the like first or second episode about like, you know, this is the second worst thing that happened to Nirvana. And I was like, oh, wow. Like it feels so current, but also I guess it's very far away.
I was in the basement of Eileen Tehan's house.
Oh,
you know, so many basements. I was in so many basements that were redone. But to have a redone basement, I feel like in high school was or middle school, high school was like the best thing. I mean, I didn't have one, but certain people I knew did. And I was like, wow, that's living.
I mean, I finally moved into a basement because when my mom got remarried, I was in they have a thing called like a mother-daughter house where like there's a separate entrance where I guess the mother lives. Or maybe the daughter lives there. I don't know where the mother or daughter lives, but I lived in the bottom part. I lived in the keep them away from the front door part of the house. But I have my own.
By the way, I feel badly because after I said that, you know, I'm realizing that we are redoing our
but it's not the same.
Basement. But it could be. And we were asked by our son if it could be. He said a teen hangout spot. He said a chill zone, and I said nope.
Well, here's the thing. I think I may have introduced that concept to him because he's like, oh, why are we redoing the basement? I was like, because you know it's gonna be great for guests, but then also it could be like just a total chill place for you and your friends to hang out.
It's not a chill zone, babe. It's not a chill zone.
Oh,
it's got
my
beautiful
gosh.
furniture in it. Like, I don't want any of them chilling. They have so many spaces. This whole house is a chill zone.
I mean, we would find a lot of popsicle sticks in that space. Our children produce so much trash and seem to have no idea what to do with it besides shove it into couch cushions, like as if no one will ever find it here. I look at my car floor; it's full of gum. I'm like, guys, there's trash
one of the worst
bags.
Moments. I'll never forget this. It was a while ago, but I think it was Sam was playing soccer, and they stopped them for they had a snack at his little soccer class, and then he came over to me, and I was sitting on a little chair, and he had like a little muffins wrapper or something, or some kind of wrapper, and he just threw it at me.
I blame.
That's where you are You are a trash.
You are the trash person.
You are garbage.
Well, and
so
then
you do with this what you will because it's your kind. Like needs to be with like. Take this garbage.
Well,
it was so shocking.
I've seen so many things that boggle my mind. I mean, I'll tell my son, hey, can you, scrape off
Your
that
son
dish?
Is my son, by the way.
Sure. Our son. I say, can you scrape off that
it's like
dish?
When you say to me, like, oh, yeah, my friend did this, or one of my friends, I'm like, who?
Well, I'm always like, why does it make a difference? You don't need to know. It's not a part of the story.
Crazy.
And then if I say, oh, Marcus did this, you're like, who's Marcus? I don't know Marcus. So then I go, a friend, and then you're like,
the normal thing to do is, I don't think you know this person, but I'm actually kind of friendly with him. His name's Marcus. I know him because he goes to the same. Because he goes to the same tennis clinic that I do. He's a really nice.
So much.
It doesn't take that long.
It's
even.
So much.
This guy Marcus from my tennis clinic. Anyway, he was telling me, great.
No, you and I have a friend that will do things like, oh, Marcus. He's the cousin of my aunt.
Well, because but that's you know so many people and you do that all the time. That person who you're referring to.
Yes.
Absolutely overcorrects and we don't need to know any of that information. You're right. But I'm your wife.
Okay. By the way, my wife, who we have just spent a very special amount of time together because we were just on a cruise. It was me, you, our sons in a little stateroom on a Disney cruise
with
ship.
A terrace.
What? With a terrace.
I said with a terrace.
I mean, I got to tell you, I've never really been like, oh, I need to take a cruise. This was the first experience as an adult taking a cruise. I got to tell you, it was the best.
Well, first of all, I know this is Jason Mantzoukas' worst nightmare, but
yes,
I think we have to make a distinction actually, because I don't know. And Jessica Sinclair actually got my mind right when I talked a little bit about this in the deep dive, but I don't know if we're cruise people, but I think we love a Disney cruise.
I agree, because here's the thing.
That's an important distinction.
I think that going on this cruise, or I should say going on this Disney cruise, made me go, oh, I can see all the ways that this can go horribly wrong,
yes.
But they have everything kind of planned out so it doesn't go that way. And I'm going to tell you the one big thing is it's multi-generational. You see old people, you see young people, you see babies. I mean, there was a baby crawling like gladiatorial event on the last day that was one of the funniest and best things I've ever seen.
Jack's Diaper Dash.
Jack's Diaper Dash. I'm talking, this boat had 3 levels of people hanging over guardrails watching these babies race, and it was the closest I'll ever get to a gladiatorial event. People are, yeah, and babies were being held up over heads. It was joyful. It was crazily fun. But I think that multi-generational energy makes the cruise a lot better, because it's not just people like looking to get wasted or just party their face off. It's a different type of fun party vibe.
Well, it's, I was telling Jess, I saw this TikTok. I guess TikTok got wind of the fact that I was on a Disney cruise.
Whoa, how did that happen?
I don't know. But I saw this TikTok from this guy, very, very normal, if anything, like kind of like tough looking guy who's in his car filming this on the side of the road. And he just goes, I just want to say something about you people who judge Disney adults. Now, I'm one of those people who judge Disney adults for a long time. Obviously, married into Disney. I know you don't. You have an interesting relationship with being a Disney adult, and I'm not calling you a Disney adult.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm not calling you a Disney adult. And you're an adult who loves Disney, and I understand that distinction.
Certain parts of it.
Okay. So,
like, I'm not getting tattoos of like the mice from Cinderella.
But you know a lot about it. You have an appreciation for it.
You saw me at trivia night. Get a 5. I was like, oh, I can get this.
Because we were with like graduate level, doctoral level Disney adults.
Oh,
okay.
The Disney trivia.
You were way out of your.
I went to multiple Disney trivia events on that boat and got my
You looked
ass.
a fool.
Looked a fool.
You showed your entire ass.
But the TV one, I was good at. The general TV knowledge, I was good at.
Well, but anyway, and I know you're you're not your typical Disney adult. You're someone who really appreciates and loves a lot of things about Disney. Okay. So that's where you fall. For me, I guess maybe if I had kids, but I would never have spent any time at Disney. I'm not that I wouldn't have ever stepped into this part of our culture. So I have approached it with a healthy amount of criticism and judgment, and I have been changed.
I really
appreciate.
Well,
now,
and
I know that's universal. I know that's wicked. That's different. But I will just say, this guy on TikTok really articulated what I think I couldn't quite understand about the experience, which is he said, I have to say to all you people who judge Disney adults, like, you think we're weird because we like Disney, we like these characters, we like these stories, we like thinking about imagination and magic. and how magic enters our life, and we like whimsy, we think you're weird for denying your childhood self. We think you're weird for seeing your childhood self as so separate from who you currently are. We think that's weird. We think that's troubling. And I was like, oh, wow, that is what was so special about being a part of the experience was, we had 2 kids, 9 and 12, who approached it. They're boys. They weren't running. They weren't like, they're not wild about Disney characters and stuff. I didn't know how they were going to experience it. By the end, they were running to get pictures with Pluto.
Oh my gosh. It's so much so that a kid cut our son, and it felt like he's like, Dad, he cut me and you didn't say anything. And I was like, you know what? Because these Disney people have it under control. They are looking out for these rogue kids that are coming in. They're not going to let people cut. But, we were on the hunt for Stitch.
I saw them, and even Sam, when we were in the hot tub watching Raya and the Last Dragon, he said, we were talking in the hot tub, but then he said, I know this movie. I forgot about this. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. I love this movie. Every scene that came on, and then finally I was getting out with Gus, and I said, he was putting his towel on, but still had his eye on that movie. I said, do you want to stay? And he was like, oh, I don't know. I go, let me wrap you up like a little burrito. And you stay on this little pool chair and watch the movie. And he did.
And he loved it.
And he loved it.
And he could come down and you feel safe about it.
Of course. But that to me is the magic. Now, we could talk about the service. We could talk about the people who work there, many of whom I genuinely am actively grieving and missing.
I know. It was really sad.
I'm missing them.
We literally just got off the boat, and I am sad to have left our Colin, our team, Andreas. I will say also, the thing that I thought is really interesting about it is these like port adventures that they give you, where you dock. We were going to Alaska, which was honestly one of the best experiences.
And that's something to really see by a boat. Let's be for real. Like,
we're seeing whales.
I don't know about cruises other places, but like that is something that you actually really should see.
Alaska by boat.
Yes.
But I think what they did so well too is, you got the Raya on the big funnel vision. You got the unlimited ice cream, all that sort of fun stuff, which did I eat ice cream every single day there? Yeah, I did. And guess what? I weighed myself today. I didn't gain any weight. So I don't know what happened. But
well, I definitely did. But I'm okay with that.
But I think the way that they mix it up that's really cool is that it's not just Disney. I was trying to explain this to a friend yesterday. It was like, it is the Disney service level, and the experience is actually Alaska. Like, that's the theme park here. It's like you get off the boat and we're flying on like water planes going over glaciers, and we're in boats watching, like, we have 5 whales are around our boat, and we're seeing icebergs, and it was Lumberjack show. Big shout out to the Lumberjack Show. I've been told by many people, when you go to Ketchikan, see the Lumberjack Show. You may not want to see the Lumberjack Show, but trust me, it's good. Answer, it was very good. But that was part of the fun of it, is that they brought like that Disney experience or whatever to these like port adventures. So that became the spectacle, and that was kind of the fun. And you have all these places, like we watched the World Cup game in that like British pub. There's no Disney framing there. So I think it kind of gives you a lot of everything. Right. So you don't get like, I guess you don't be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be trapped in this thing for 7 days. I can't take it. No, it's like you're just in an awesome experience, and the place you're visiting is really like that's the standout. And then, you're going to watch Mickey walk around in like a sailor's costume, or I should say a captain's costume, which is also great. And you get to go and watch movies on the big screen. They get to watch, like, we always see Toy Story 5. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But I think that they did a great job of like giving you every experience that you want. There are people on there that are just going to be full on Disneyed out and meeting Tiana at the Royal Palace and doing all that. There are people that are just doing bingo, which we did how many times?
Bingo. Not quite. I mean, almost every day.
Every day.
Bingo.
But
and there is a crazy feeling. I was like, I'm playing bingo at 11 a.m. every day. But that was okay. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. We never won.
it just felt like everyone cared about you in a way. And I know it sounds funny to say, but you spend time in hotels, you travel a lot. We both do. And I never connect with the staff of because there's not enough time. Connected. You're in and you're out, or you're there once. And it's like all of a sudden by the end of this trip, like we have relationships with the guy running bingo, with the person serving our table, with the person cleaning our room. It was something really special about it. And I think that's what makes it more bittersweet to leave, and also sad to know that as we dock 3 hours later, a whole new crew of passengers are coming on, and they're taking off.
And that felt hurtful.
I know. I really feel
it felt hurtful, and like we were being betrayed. It's honestly like I don't even really like to think about it, but I do think at a time when everybody is like very cynical about things and the state of the world, and feeling like people are so over it and everyone's got a snarky thing to say. It's very nice to have an experience that is just positive and joyful,
positive and fun.
It was just fun.
And I'm the most critical. I will sit there and be like, and I had nothing critical to say. Like I was like, somebody's like, well, all right, what? Seriously, like, what's the worst thing? I was
the only thing I could say is there were a few times the sodas weren't.
That's exactly
the dining room. The sodas weren't
fully carbonated.
No, not fully carbonated. It was like there wasn't enough syrup in there. Something was wrong with the sodas.
I look, that, like I said, my biggest complaint was one night when I went up to go get some water, the ice machine wasn't working for maybe about an hour and a half. This is me just being like, there was nothing that
we had a great time.
Nothing rubbed me the wrong way. It was great. I wish we were back there. And I will say that the one thing that I'm into, and maybe you are too, and I know I made you watch it too much, is that every day on the cruise ship, there was a TV show. It was a Good Morning Disney Wonder, which is the boat that we were on, where the crewmen of the ship would host a morning show. And I ate it up every morning. I loved it. My cruise director and assistant cruise director every morning.
I didn't realize that. What is the sound a ship makes when it's leaving? Yeah. I didn't realize till a few days in that the sound was and it came to me and I was like, oh my God, that's so special. I also loved, we haven't even spoken about the farewell show, but the fact that and I'm going to take this to the kids actually, like, don't say goodbye. They don't ever say goodbye. They say until we meet again.
I love that.
And I love that. And I will say, I think for a lot of you Team Fred members, that idea of integrating the child within you, like Drop Dead Fred is about, is so important to touch down with. So I highly recommend it. I don't know about other cruises, but we like this one.
I'll tell you that, June, in that spirit, until we meet again on Just Chat. It was a lovely chat with you.
It was great to talk to you. Until we meet again.
Everybody watch Elle on Amazon Prime and watch the wonder that we all know that June is. Disney Wonder, June is a wonder. Elle is on Prime. We love it all. Always love getting to chat with June. We bring some normalcy back to Last Looks after Jason took control. Iman tried to get it back, but now we are here with me. And now that we've said goodbye to June, it is time to say hello to the title of our next movie. Next week, we'll be going from rope hangs to skate gangs. Yes, we'll be continuing our extreme summer lineup with the 1986 skateboard classic Thrashin', starring Josh Brolin and Pamela Gidley. Here's IMDb's breakdown of the plot. 2 skateboarding gangs battle each other for supremacy, and a member of one gang falls in love with the sister of his rival. There are no reviews for Thrashing on Rotten Tomatoes. Really? Oh my God, this is a movie I lived on as a kid. So instead, we turn to Letterboxd and we look at Superhero Stan 26, who writes, Thrashin' is quite literally the most 80s movie to ever exist. Well, I'm interested. Let's take a listen to the trailer.
Corey Webster is taking off for LA. He lives to thrash. He loves to compete. But the competition is a killer.
Check it out, Hook and the Dagger.
He like games, right, Valley Boy? An uphill romance.
Corey, please don't go.
To a downhill race.
Thrashin' is available to both stream for free or rent on Prime Video. How about that? All right, that is it for Last Looks. If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please rate and review. And remember to follow us. That's right. When you follow us and have automatic downloads turned on, it helps the show and it costs you nothing. Okay? But we appreciate it all. You can visit us on social media at HDTGM. And a big thank you to our producers, Scott Sani and Molly Reynolds, our engineer, Casey Holford, our social media manager, Zoe Applebaum, and of course, we will forever be thankful to the one and only Avril Halley. We'll see you next week for Thrashin'.